Hi everyone, it's Ashna. If you've been keeping up with my Arizona trip, then you know that I've seen southern Arizona and a little bit of eastern Arizona at this point. So today we are going to northern Arizona to see things that don't look real. Also, a real plot twist, we are spending 1 hour in Utah. Look at the view from our hotel. The view is right here. That's just the window. You can see it almost looks purple at the top. It's day 6 in Arizona, and today we are going to be going to Antelope Canyon and Horseshoe Bend. Yesterday we came to Page, Arizona, so it's about 4 minutes away from everything that we're doing today. It's 40 degrees, but 40 degrees in Page feels a lot worse than in the south. Today we're going to be touring the lower Antelope Canyon, but they don't allow any video recording in there, but I'm going to get lots of photos so that you guys can still see what it looks like on the inside. Once I get into the canyon, they're not gonna let me film, so I'm just filming. We are in line right now, we're waiting, and I'm so excited because the pictures on Google are beautiful. Since Antelope Canyon is on Navajo lands, you are required to go with a tour guide, so you can't tour these canyons alone. You can thank the rainwater and the wind for creating these rare shapes that make it look like this was photoshopped. I know that sometimes when we're in really beautiful places, we like to say that we're in a screensaver, but this is quite literally because this picture specifically is a Mac wallpaper. We just finished our lower Antelope Canyon tour, and it was so beautiful. My camera roll right now looks amazing. We got so many pictures. Our guide was really nice. He would stop a lot of the time so we could take as many photos as we needed, and we constantly were taking our jackets off. At one point I was like, shoot, we're taking so long, but he was super patient and super understanding, and I love the whole tour. I would recommend it to anyone. Now that we are done with our tour, we are going to Monument Valley, and this was not planned for today. We were actually going to do it tomorrow, which was not ideal though, because we have to drive back to Phoenix, and that would be a 5-hour drive, so we're trying to sneak it in right now. It's going to be it's kind of exciting because they let the last car into the scenic drive at 3 p.m. and it takes 2 hours from Page to Monument Valley. So right now the estimated time of arrival is around 2:30. So fingers crossed we make it right in time. We're in Monument Valley, super bumpy ride right now. I don't know what was wrong with my Maps app, but we took this wrong turn and ended up in this kind of sketchy place with abandoned trailers, and I'm just glad that we got out. Thank goodness we had a 4-wheel drive because all the roads up here are so bumpy. Just take a look at this view. It's so surreal to see this in person because this is the exact picture that you see everywhere for Arizona. There is an entrance fee, and they don't allow you to use your National Parks Pass. It's really straightforward. Once you get there, you just start the 17-mile loop and stop for pictures along the way. As you can probably see, there weren't too many people there, so we essentially got the whole place for ourselves when we were taking our photos, which was really nice. We're at Monument Valley right now. We are doing the scenic drive. We've seen a couple cars. There's not too many people here, but it's really pretty, and I'm really excited to go to Forrest Gump Point. We pulled over to what we thought was a viewpoint, but apparently it wasn't, because then these dogs came and they were super defensive. They were standing in front of our car, and we had to wait for 5 minutes before they would give us a way to actually leave, and it was just an odd situation. Monument Valley is in Utah, so the colors of these landscapes are very characteristic of what Utah has to offer. I will definitely be going one day to see more like this. We are just riding down that bumpy road and then stopping at beautiful little places like this. Obviously, the scenic drive is great for being able to come really up close to the monuments, but one of the best views of the entire park you can get is from up here at the store. Highly recommend. You need to come here because the pictures we got from up here are honestly better than any of the other ones, because that's how you get that picture, the iconic picture of 3 of the monuments right next to each other. We are leaving Monument Valley and going to Forrest Gump Point, which is on Highway 163. We are at the Forrest Gump Point. There was supposed to be some type of sign that said this is where Forrest stopped running, but we can't find that anywhere. But still, the view from here is beautiful, and you can just see 3 monuments like right next to each other. In case you needed some context for what this point is, from the Forrest Gump movie, Forrest runs across the country multiple times, and then finally, after years of running, he stops right here, and that's Monument Valley. It's also so fun to just run into the middle of the road and try to get pictures before like trucks and cars come. We were in Utah for 2 hours and now we're back in Arizona. So we were all busy taking pictures and we were trying to find the sign, and we pulled over and this random guy comes up and he starts doing something like this, right? And then we pull into another spot. What happens, guys? What happens, guys?
The same guy comes back. I can see him from the rear mirror, and we are finding directions for the Forrest Gump sign, signature board, and I see the man getting out of his car and coming towards our car in the rear mirror. I just dropped my phone down.
He didn't waste a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
He didn't waste a second and he zoomed out of there before we knew it. We were out, and that's how we decided we are gonna quit. We don't care about the sign anymore, and that's the funniest part.
And I see the man going back in his car again. And for a few miles I saw his car again on my rear mirror. He's going his way, I guess, but I just drove at a very high speed, just going away from his, visibility.
Okay, that's what happened. After that interesting but funny encounter, we headed back to Page and called it a night. It's day 7, which means that it's the last day in Arizona, which I'm really sad about because I hate goodbyes. But today we are going to Horseshoe Bend, and then we are going to be driving to Phoenix, going to the Desert Botanical Garden, and then we're done. We are going back home. Technically, we are visiting the Grand Canyon's East Rim today. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's probably because you didn't watch my last video, so you should go do that. That's where we're going. We're literally almost there. That was really quick. Now, the way Horseshoe Bend got its name is kind of a long story, so I'll just keep it short. Basically, they wanted a name that was kind of cryptic, so they looked at it and they said, well, it looks like a horseshoe, so they called it Horseshoe Bend. Horseshoe Bend got its shape due to erosion, and that river that you see cutting through is the Colorado River, which you have the option to kayak on if that's something that you're interested in. We're really close to, we're actually right in front of Horseshoe Bend, pretty close to the edge. definitely don't go too. Bad things have happened to people who've gone to the edge. This is like a beautiful canvas. You can see the exact horseshoe shape, and on top of that, it's the orange from the canyons and the blue and the green water. It's a perfect photo, genuinely. We're heading back from Horseshoe Bend. Definitely took a little bit longer than we expected because we obviously were taking 2 minute pictures, but now we're heading back to the car. We are heading back to Phoenix. I leaned forward, but then the car kind of went through a bumpy road, and this is what happened. Since we have a 4-hour drive to Phoenix, I thought I would share things to do on a road trip. The first option is always just go to sleep. Second thing you can do, just stare out the window. Number 3, listen to music. Number 4, do your makeup, but make sure the road isn't too bumpy. Number 5, eat food, but not the cheeses that you put next to oranges because then they're probably going to taste like oranges. Based off a true story. Number 6, take photos and videos because you can never have too many. Number 7, you can always read. And lastly, you can always start making this list, and either it takes up your time or it makes you end up at number 1. It's 5:30, we are 10 minutes away from the Botanical Garden, and I'm so excited. Some of us are doing some touch-ups. This drive reminds me of Saguaro National Park, so it's kind of a full circle moment where we're ending our trip where we started. As you can see, we have made it to the Desert Botanical Garden. The lights against all these plants, it's looking beautiful, and I'm so excited to see the different types of cacti. It's self-guided, so you just walk around and look at different plants and cacti. There's a lot. I think it's a great preview or trailer for what Arizona has to offer with its unique ecosystem. This is a great place to visit, and there's a ton to see. You could spend hours here if you wanted to. Especially if you don't have the time to go down to Tucson and see Saguaro National Park, this is a really nice way to still see those saguaro cacti. Also, if you can, try to go during the daylight. That way you can really soak in the variety of plants and the different colors. And it's just better for pictures. I feel like since it got dark for us, it was harder for us to appreciate all the plants because things just started to blend in together. It was a lot harder to see, and the pictures were also kind of average. We're kind of just walking around and we have no idea where we're going. Also, I'm really sad. We just looked it up and they took down the blue and the purple, I believe. They took down the fun colored cacti down like last year, literally last year. So we don't get to see it. I was really looking forward to seeing different colored cacti like that, but it's okay because we saw some really tall saguaros as well. Just something to be aware of. This garden closes at 8 p.m., but a lot of the trails and loops actually closed even before that, so we weren't able to go to all of them. If you really want to see all of them, make sure to get here earlier. These look like Devil's Snare from Harry Potter. That was the last part of our trip, and now we are heading to the airport. We are back at the airport. We had a little bit of a situation. All of the restaurants here were closed, essentially all of them. And on top of that, we go to Panera, and basically they don't have any of the vegetarian options. It's like the only thing that they have available is the mac and cheese and the soups, none of the sandwiches. So that was kind of like, whatever. It could be worse. But it is a little bit surprising that it's only 9 p.m. and all of the restaurants are closed. We're taking off our contacts and then we're going to just wait.
Welcome to Chicago. Local time is 8:48 a.m. Please stay comfortably seated until the seatbelt sign is off.
Thanks for coming along with me on this trip. Arizona is so unique in that I feel like I saw all kinds of landscapes, from snowy canyons to desert to badlands to even a little bit of an urban touch. I'm so excited for more future adventures and I hope you'll join me. See you soon!